Hi, I'm Ashley Walker.
I'm Stephen Walker, and this is Word on the Street. In this week's programme, The City of Learning. We're in Oxford, and Ashley's put to the test.
I answered all the questions and I finished in time.
But getting to Oxford was harder than we thought.
Approaching destination in 5 meters.
Stephen!
And student life in the UK. What's it really like to study here?
Hi there and welcome to the programme. Now, when I'm not travelling around the UK with Stephen, I spend my time studying because I'm doing a degree and I have exams.
Yes, you work really hard. I don't know how you have time to study and still have fun.
Well, it's all about finding a balance, Stephen.
Studying can be hard work, but watching a programme like this can help you with your English and should be fun. Today, we'll have some tips to improve your vocabulary. And don't forget, you can follow each programme on our website. The address is here on the screen.
But I've also been doing some studying this week, and we took a trip to one of the UK's most famous cities of learning. Ice on the road, bridge ahead, look out for wild animals. What's this one, Ash?
That one means danger riverbank or something. It's obvious, look at it.
I'm studying for my driving test. You have to do a test in the car when you're learning to drive, and you have to do a written test as well. So I have to learn all these signs.
And I'm studying for my business studies course. I have to go to Oxford this afternoon to do an exam, so I'm doing some last-minute revision.
Hey Ash,
What?
did you say your exam's in Oxford?
Yeah, so?
So, why don't I drive us there? And you can give me a driving lesson on the way. I really need the practice.
Okay then, sounds good.
Great. When do we need to go?
Well, with you driving? Now.
I'll go get a map.
Oh, you don't need to. We've got the GPS.
Excellent. Shall we go?
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Seatbelt on.
Oops, seatbelt on.
Right. Look in the mirrors. Get into gear. Signal. Just check the mirrors again. And off we go.
This is easy.
You're doing okay, just take it easy. The GPS knows where we're going.
Turn right in 100 meters.
Turn right in 100 metres.
Continue driving around the roundabout for 5 kilometers. Turn left in 200 meters.
Left? That can't be right, we're going round in circles.
I think we should go right.
Keep left. Approaching destination in 5 meters.
Stephen!
Let's turn that thing off and turn around.
Come on! I'm going to be late. It's almost 2 o'clock now.
Which way do I go, Ash?
Oh, look, just stop here. Over there. Okay, remember to lock the car and don't forget to take the GPS with you. I'll give you a ring after my exam. Bye. Taxi. Excuse me, can you take me to Oriel College, please?
Okay.
Thanks.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, we'll go back to Oxford a little later. But first, let's go through some of that with our English language expert, Rob, from the British Council. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Ashley. Did you get to your exam in time?
Oh, just in time, I did.
And how was the exam?
Oh, it was okay, thanks. I passed.
Oh, congratulations. Well done. How about Stephen's driving test?
He hasn't taken it yet. He's getting better, though.
Well, the GPS didn't help. But that's where I want to start. Listen to the GPS here.
Turn right in 100 meters.
Turn right.
Continue driving around the roundabout for 5 kilometers. Turn left in 200 meters.
Left? That can't be right. We're going round in circles.
I think we should go right.
Now, I know the GPS is just a machine, but it's speaking English, and what it's doing is giving instructions. Turn left, continue driving, turn right. Do you notice anything about the instructions?
Not really.
We don't say, you turn right, or you continue driving. Just the verb. Turn right, continue driving. Look at some more instructions. This time, not from a machine, but from a real person, you.
Look in the mirrors. Get into gear. Signal. Just check the mirrors again. And off we go.
You were giving Stephen instructions there. Look at the mirror, get into gear, and you did it the same way. That's how we give instructions in English. Although we might say please if we're being polite. Come in please, sit down please.
Or take a seat, please.
Yeah, we say that as well, don't we? We're going to watch that last clip again, but this time I don't want you to think about the instructions. I want you to listen for car words. Watch.
Look in the mirrors. Get into gear. Signal. Just check the mirrors again. And off we go.
So what car words did you hear?
Seatbelt, mirrors, gears.
Signal. All of these are vocabulary connected with cars and driving. Can you think of any others?
Engine, boot, dashboard. There are lots.
There are lots. I don't want to talk about all these car words though. I want to talk about how people keep a record of all these words. Some of my students have a little notebook to write down new words, and they mark the pages A, B, C, D, and when they learn the word seatbelt, they go to the S page and write it down.
And is that a good way to do it?
I don't think so. To me, it's a much better idea to have a page called Cars and Driving and write these words, seatbelt, dashboard and so on that page. You can make a note of what kind of word it is. Is it a noun or a verb, for example? You can write it in your own language. You can write down what verbs go with it. For example, what did you say to Stephen about gear? You said into gear.
Get into gear.
Right. And we also say change gear, change into second gear, put it in gear, lots of things. But the important thing is that we learn things in families. So it's easier to remember words connected with cars than it is to remember words beginning with S, say.
Well, that makes sense.
It does. If you're learning English, make pages in your vocabulary notebook for groups of words that are connected. Here's another example.
And I'm studying for my business studies course. I have to go to Oxford this afternoon to do an exam, so I'm doing some last-minute revision.
If you had a page to write down words about learning and studying, you could write down business studies, exam.
Revision.
Yeah, like that.
You know, I think that idea can help me with my studies too.
I hope so. You see, our brain doesn't really remember things in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. So it's helpful to keep things in groups.
Well, thank you, Rob. It's been very useful. And now it's time for our weekly quiz, Streetwise.
When you see an L on a car, what does it mean? Look out, learner, or legal? Find out the answer later in the programme.
Did you get it? Stay watching to find out the answer later in the programme. Oxford is one of the most famous universities in the world, but many British universities are popular with students coming from overseas. Nick's been finding out what it's like to be a student in the UK.
Oxford should be about an hour's drive from London. It's very popular with tourists and students, and Oxford University is one of the top 10 universities in the world. I'm at the top of the Carfax Tower. It has amazing views over the city, and from here you can see that the university really is at the heart of the city. Oxford University is made up of 38 different colleges. There are 20,000 students studying at Oxford from nearly 150 countries. Studying here can be an amazing experience. Some of these colleges are more than 700 years old. Many students get involved in activities outside their studies. The Oxford University Fencing Club is over 100 years old. It is still popular today. How important are the extracurricular activities like the sporting clubs and societies?
I think it's really important. I think especially in Oxford where it's a really strong academic environment, it's really easy for people to just get really caught up and just live in the library. It's definitely good for people to get out and do something different.
Is it difficult to get the balance right between your university work and your sport?
Well, I tend to be busy all of the time, so I'm studying during the daytime and then in the evenings I come down here and train. You have to work really hard, but at the same sense you can also kind of play really hard. You can train hard and do really well at sports and other activities. There are universities in most big towns and cities in Britain. This is the LSE, the London School of Economics, part of the University of London. Many students come from abroad to study in the UK. They have to find tuition fees, food and somewhere to live. It can be expensive. Waqar Sadhanwala is from Pakistan and lives in Rosebery Hall, the University Halls of Residence, about 2 kilometres from the main campus. Hi Waqar.
Hi Nick.
Nice room.
Thank you.
So why do you live in a Halls of Residence?
It's really nice. It's a short walk to the campus, it's cheap, and then I get to meet a lot more people.
What's it like to live here?
It's great. There's so many things I can do over here. There's a canteen, a bar, a TV room, and then there's even a laundry.
Will you live here next year?
I will. In first year, everybody gets the accommodation, but they move out to share a flat next year. But I'm definitely staying here.
Back on campus, students have social areas where they can relax. The Students' Union building is the place where they can meet friends after a busy day. Michael Locke is from Hong Kong and is studying law at the London School of Economics. He's also International Students Officer. So what goes on here at the LSE Students' Union?
Well, Nick, as you can see, students will come here between their classes and lectures and then meet up with their friends before going home or going to another class.
And you're an International Students Officer?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
About 70% of our students come from overseas. So I work with some of them in helping them in visa issues and generally settling down in new homes in London.
And what tips would you give to any students thinking of coming to study in the UK?
I think my number one tip is to get a nice jacket because it could get pretty cold. And secondly, know what you're looking for because different universities are very different. And finally, keep an open mind. Do not be afraid to meet new people and have fun.
Good advice. Go show.
Yeah.
Studying in Britain can cost a lot of money and students need to work hard, but the main thing to remember about being a student is that it's also a lot of fun.
And if you'd like more help with the language you heard there, you can head to our website and the address is on the screen.
This is Word on the Street.
Still to come in the programme, messing about on the river. We avoid the traffic in Oxford.
And have you worked it out yet? Stay watching to find out the answer to Streetwise.
These days, you don't have to be in the classroom to learn. Whether you decide to learn online, on the move, or even watching programmes like this, there are more and more different ways to study. In this week's Seat on the Street, we ask our experts about the changing world of education.
Welcome to Seat on the Street.
Hello.
Please identify yourself.
I'm Michelle Martin. I'm a BBC Science producer.
How exactly is education changing?
One way education is changing is by using technology in teaching. So this might be using computers, mobile phones or handheld devices. And this is called e-learning. The idea is that then students take a more interactive role rather than just being lectured to by their teachers.
How is technology driving these changes?
As our gadgets get smaller and more portable and sophisticated, most of us now have a computer in our pockets. So if we don't know the answer to a question, we can get it out and look it up on the internet. So we're all using e-learning all the time.
What does this mean for learners?
As well as making learning more interactive, it can also make it more fun, especially for children. They could play a game to practice their maths, or take a quiz to test their knowledge of history.
What are the advantages of e-learning?
For people who live in remote areas, distance learning means that they can study at home via the internet. Many universities have their own distance learning courses, and they publish lecture notes and videos on their websites.
What exciting developments can we expect in the future?
E-learning will just become part of everyday education. With the rise of electronic books, we'll see fewer textbooks in the classroom, and pupils may be asked to submit their homework online. Computer games will also be used in teaching, and learning will become a lot more interactive.
Thank you for taking part in Seat on the Street.
Thank you.
OK, let's go straight back to Oxford.
Remember, Ashley rushed off to her exam, leaving me with a free afternoon. While Ashley's in her exam, I'm going to have a look around Oxford. You probably know it's famous for its university, but let's find out a little bit more. Hello.
Hello.
I'm visiting Oxford for the day. What's the best thing to do?
Well, it's a lovely day. I suggest you walk around the colleges, take a bus tour, explore the Bodleian Library, or take a punt on the river with a picnic.
How many colleges are there?
There's around 39.
What's the best way to see Oxford?
The best way to see Oxford is probably on foot with one of our green and blue badge guides.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hiya, girls.
Hiya.
You all right?
Good, thank you.
Are you students here?
Yes.
What are you studying?
History. Yeah, history too.
What's it like being a student here?
It's great. Really good. It's like best university known worldwide, so it's a great place to be.
So tell me what it's like studying here in Oxford.
We have lectures and seminars, and then it's your own time to go to the library and read your books and do your research for the next lecture. So, and if you don't do that reading, then you're not prepared for the next lecture, so it's really up to you to do your own work.
And what's the social life like here?
Loads of stuff, like really good pubs, really good clubs. Like when it's sunny and stuff, it's beautiful to just sit in the sun and like go punting and stuff, so it's really nice.
Right, I've got a great idea for what to do with Ashley when she finishes her exam. So, how did it go?
Really well, I think. I answered all the questions and I finished in time, so fingers crossed.
Great, listen, you deserve a treat after all your hard work. I've somewhere I want to take you.
All right then, I'll see you in a second.
Okay, bye.
Wow, it's really nice down here.
I know. I've booked us a boat for a trip on the river.
Really? Oh, thank you. That's great. I've always wanted to try this.
Come on.
Can I ever go first? Watch out. Okay, here I go.
Ready?
Yeah. Off we go.
Great. Which way should we go, Ash? Let's ask the GPS. Okay, my turn.
Stephen, not like that. We're going round in circles. Stephen, watch out for that.
The GPS, Ashley! What are we going to do now without the GPS?
Oh, it was useless anyway. It didn't help us get here.
I'll have to go buy a map.
Okay, you can read the map, but give me the keys because I'm driving home. Stephen, watch out! Ah!
Oh dear. I hope you drive a car better than you steer a boat, Stephen.
It's more difficult than it looks.
I know. Oxford's really beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, a lovely place to study.
Actually, let's have a look at some study words. I was talking to Ashley earlier about word families or groups of words that go together. For example, words about learning and studying. I noticed some more when you were talking to the two students. Let's have a look.
So tell me what it's like studying here in Oxford.
We have lectures and seminars, and then it's your own time to go to the library and read your books and do your research for the next lecture. So, and if you don't do that reading, then you're not prepared for the next lecture. So it's really up to you to do your own work.
More learning and studying words there. Lectures, seminars, research. Add them to your list of learning and studying words and find out what they mean. Think about how you say them in your own language and then listen out for new words to add to your list. Now though, I want to talk about something else the students said to you. Watch this.
And what's the social life like here?
Loads of stuff, like really good pubs, really good clubs. Like when it's sunny and stuff, it's beautiful to just sit in the sun and like go punting and stuff. So it's really nice.
I think that's really interesting and stuff.
What do you mean?
Listen again, and this time listen for the words stuff and like.
Loads of stuff, like really good pubs, really good clubs. Like when it's sunny and stuff, it's beautiful to just sit in the sun and like go punting and stuff. So it's really nice.
Punting and stuff?
We've talked about stuff before. It's a word we use a lot. But what do you think like means when she says it's beautiful to just sit in the sun and go punting and stuff?
Like when it's sunny and stuff, it's beautiful to just sit in the sun and like go punting and stuff. So it's really nice.
Like?
It's difficult to say what it means because like doesn't really mean anything there. It's just a word we use to sort of fill in the spaces while we think about what we're going to say next.
Is it bad English then?
Not really, no. Everyone does it sometimes. Not always with like or stuff, but we all need time to think about what we're going to say.
But it's not impolite?
No, it's not impolite, but it's quite informal. If you had a job interview or you're talking to your boss, you would try not to, talk like that and stuff. But with friends, we do it all the time.
Okay, but I don't think I notice when I do that kind of thing.
Maybe you don't notice, but it's very common. Here's something else I noticed Stephen says to Ashley that I think is really useful.
So, how did it go?
Really well, I think.
What? How did it go?
Yes, exactly that. How did it go is a question we ask a lot when a friend has done an exam or they had to give a speech or do something difficult. How did it go? How was it is another similar question. How was the party? How was your trip to Oxford? How did it go?
It was good, thanks. We're going to leave it there, Rob. Thanks for that. Now, we've just got time to find out the answer to this week's Streetwise.
When you see an L on a car, what does it mean? Look out, learner, or legal? And the answer is a learner. L-plates have to be used by all learner drivers.
I hope you got that. If not, better luck next time. Well, that's all for now.
Before we go, let's look back at today's programme. First of all, we talked about giving instructions. Things like put your seatbelt on, look in the mirror and turn left. Remember that if we want to be polite, we say please, like sit down please. We also talked today about how you keep a record of the words you learn. I suggested keeping your new words in word families like cars and driving or learning and studying. It helps you to remember your new words if you keep them together in groups. One last thing. We talked about speaking and stuff and words like, words we use to fill in the spaces when we're, speaking. Do you remember which words we often use? Don't forget to visit our website for more help with your English.
Thanks, Rob. From Stephen, Rob and me, goodbye.
Bye.